Reconciliation is a powerful spirit of understanding, compassion, and action. True reconciliation can only be achieved if we commit to a fundamental shift in our relationship with Aboriginal people in our province. This document is a symbol of and a pledge to that fundamental shift. By this document, in the spirit of reconciliation, I quote, "The Government of Alberta commits that all Alberta students will learn about the history and the legacy of residential schools, along with the history of First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples of Canada. Provincial kindergarten to grade 12 curriculum will include enhanced mandatory content for all Alberta students on the significance of residential schools and treaties."
We're gathered to hear the testimony of survivors and of those who knew them, friends and family members, as well as those who worked in the schools. We are gathered to hear the truth from those who experienced residential schools firsthand, and the truths we hear will become part of the effort to foster healing and reconciliation within Canada.
I think it's great that we're learning about it, and not just Aboriginal people have to come, that like all kinds of races are allowed to come here.
I think it's a good gathering to get together and learn about the hard times that they were going through.
Well, today what we really did is to come here and just like see the presentation. I think it's amazing on what I'm finding out here and about the First Nations.
I think that it was really sad that they just took the children away from their homes to take the Indian out of them.
It's pretty sad and emotional that the parents' kids are being taken away from their homes, and it'd be an emotional time.
I found out a timeline which tells us about the government, residential schools, and also I found out a lot of things about First Nations.
I think it's important because we should know what residential school's done, pass it on to other people so they can learn.
It's good to see our culture come in big groups, come together for something that happened to us a long time ago.
I think we could all learn that First Nations, Aboriginal people have been through a lot. A lot of people think that they haven't, and they think, oh, residential school was just a school to teach them stuff, but there's more than that.
I think that we should just stop doing the residential schools and let people live how they live.
Like the First Nations did, we should learn from our elders and pass down the information. I'll pass it down to my children so that they can pass it down to their children and so on.
I respect my culture, I love my culture. I just want to see us be lifted up again from the ground.
I think I'll take it and remember and cherish all the moments and pray for the people that were really hard at times.
The existence of residential schools will forever be among the great wrongs of Canadian history. An example of the profound harm we are capable of when inequality, paternalism, and racism prevail over our sense of common humanity.
I think that it's important to remember the past so we don't make the same mistake again.